Okay, guys, what we're doing is this is a center post in my barn addition. We're going to be drilling a hole all the way through it, actually 2 holes. What we're going to do is we're going to run rebar. We've got 20-foot sticks of rebar. They're going to run through this and go into a hole in the other post down yonder. That way when we pour our concrete, the rebar is actually tied to the post in the concrete. The whole building is actually tied together. In the event of a storm, not any one post is going to pull up out of the ground or anything if the roof gets jerked up, because it would have to pick the whole building up, because the concrete's going to have rebar in it. The rebar goes through the posts. All the footings are tied to the posts. Nothing is separate from one another. And the one behind me back here will have the same exact holes drilled in it. So it'll all be tied together in the long run. So that's what we're doing here. We're fixing to start drilling our holes through it. Alright, that's it. Okay guys, that's how we're going to put our rebar in. We're going to go down and drill a hole in the other post. And we're going to fasten another piece of rebar to it.
Are you going to tie those two together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay guys, one of the reasons that we're doing this ahead of time is you drill your holes before you put your form boards on, because if you don't, what happens is you can't get in there with a drill to actually do your drilling. It's a lot easier to do before you put your form boards on. Now that form board was on down there because I could get to it from this side and drill it from this side without anything being in the way, but I've got to drill one more hole down there. I got to drill 2 holes here, and then we can put this form board on right here. Okay guys, this is what's called rebar ties. They come in a big roll like this that roll out. Use these on construction jobs, doing concrete slabs all the time. It's a whole lot faster than trying to cut a roll of tie wire and tie something up with it. There's a tool here. This particular tool is made to put them on with. It turns round and round. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this one, we're going to slide it in the top one. We want about a foot of lap right here. We're going to take our rebar tie, we're going to pull it around to where these 2 loops are across from one another. These 2 loops, and you're going to stick this through that, and you're going to just start spinning this. Now if you spin it too much, it'll break it off right there. While I got it held up, we're going to go ahead and put the other one right here. Trying to go a little slow, just for demonstration purposes. And then that holds your rebar in place and ties it together. So you can pour your concrete. Now that we have our holes drilled, I can go ahead and put the other rebar in, and we can finish up this form after we get the other rebar in. What's holding me up?
They're on the ground. Hold on.
Nope.
Okay, has it got to go down?
A little bit. Okay, now come back to me. There we go. Oh, okay, guys, I got them 4 inches apart, which is what I need for this particular type of footing. The anchor bolt will actually fasten to the very top one, so that it'll hook under it, so that once we pour our concrete, the anchor bolts will be tied in with the rebar. And I joined one here and I ran one solid. On the other end, I'll do the same exact thing so that my joints are not all in the same place.